Oh, right. Here we are. We're back. We're here again, everybody. We made it. We're here. Congrats. You're here. Glad to have you. It's going to be a fun show. We've got a guest today with a lot of opinions. He's making his second appearance back with the Tandy Man and the only tans. We got the judge, Daniel Green, DGCourtroom. He's going to be with us, and I'm sure we're going to have a lot to talk about. So yeah, a lot of going on. There's been a lot of sort of testy feelings on Twitter lately. Honestly, it reminds me a lot of late July, for being honest, and we'll talk about that. And it's kind of interesting too to see other projects sort of stealing Top Shot's thunder as of late on Flow. So a lot of testy feelings, a lot of things going on Twitter, a lot of things to talk about. So let's just get right into it. Let's start with the 5 topics. And you know what? I forgot Al Horford, so I'm sorry about that, Al. Let's bring him in. All right. Let's talk about our 5 topics. So the topic of the week is definitely the Top Shot unrest. First of all, we went from 200 packs to 350 packs. People are angry about that. People are already angry about the 200,000 packs. Now people are angry about the 350,000 packs. People are very angry about the 10 packs per user. So what happened? Top Shot listened to the community that was complaining quite a bit about what was going on and decided to limit it to 5 packs per user. Was it going to sell out? Well, it did. It did sell out. I didn't think it was going to. I was keeping an eye on that tracker. I wasn't sure that it would. And Jeb, who was on the show last week, predicted 350,000. So I think he might be a mole. He might be a mole. Anyhow, then they brought back the locker room packs. This was a little bit confusing to me. It was 4 S3 moments for 3 S3 moments. I didn't go ahead and I didn't do any deep research on what was actually in those packs, but I could imagine it wasn't anything that great. It was all the floor S3 moments are basically worth the same. They're basically trade tickets. I mean, the team told us as much about a month back when they started introducing the idea of locker room packs. So what did I do? I made a poll. 120 of you answered that poll. I asked you, are you going to do this? Are you going to trade in 4 for 3 S3 moments? And an overwhelming majority said, no way am I doing that. That makes no sense. Why would I ever? Oh, what now? It's sold out. They sold out the packs? When 95% of you said you weren't going to do it? So I was scratching my head on that. I couldn't understand that. One user, Caleb, said that he did it because he was getting rid of his worst cereals in hopes for better cereals, and he managed to get I don't know. It was in my opinion, it was a bit of a reach, but so good for him. But again, because you lose 1 trade ticket, I couldn't figure it out. Then Twitter unrest. So this was kind of a surprise. Keep fishing. He's on team Packard Media. Packard Media, they love Top Shot over there. But he comes out and he says, hey, you guys talking about a 100-year plan, but if everybody gives up on you tomorrow, you might not make it to 100 years. He didn't mention Top Shot by name. But lo and behold, Jacob entered the chat. He was like, yeah, I have a feeling you're talking about me over there. My ears are a little warm. They're ringing. And let's not be myopic. And I didn't really like that. He did apologize about it, though. But he's basically saying, don't have such a, and yeah, he forced me to use the dictionary, by the way. I forgot what myopic meant. But don't have such short-term thinking is what Jacob was basically saying. But Metz, our community, he's a critic, but he's a critic in the right way, I think. Sometimes he goes a bit overboard. But he said, you shouldn't be pointing your finger at the community. What massive company goes out and points their finger at the community when there's any kind of backlash? And Jacob did eventually say, yeah, you know what? Jason's right. Jason even retweeted it, of course. And he's basically saying, look, we're doing a ton of stuff. It's just under the hood. It's stuff that you can't see right now. And of course, I don't think that keeps people in Top Shot Twitter very happy. But it is what it is. Then let's go back to Packer Media for a second. Packer Ewing, he wants weekly office hours back. But if you remember, weekly office hours kind of became a dumpster fire near the end because everyone had a ton of questions. Jacob couldn't answer anything. And in the end, it was just a lot of irritated people that were basically just kind of trolling in the end. And you could tell, I could tell when I was listening to those office hours, Jacob was pretty much like, I'm over it. So could they ever bring that back? I don't know. And then you also got Chris Otis, who is also on Packer Media, who's also coming up with a whole stinky scenario over here, being like, guys, can you please proofread the moments? Because a ton of errors are on the moments, and it's sort of creating a bit of a narrative that I think that the judge will probably agree with, which is, where are the basketball fans? Where are the basketball fans on Dapper Labs? Aren't you guys checking this stuff? Don't you know who Malik Bridges is? You know? So I think it's warranted criticism. And all we can always hope is that they just sort of hear that criticism and adjust. Also on Twitter, this kind of lighter, but our friend Aaron, Rock Doggy, he made a video. He went to a Hornets game. He asked maybe, let's say, 30 people if they had ever heard of Top Shot, and all but like 4 had not. So it's for your own interest that we are apparently early. All right, let's continue on. There we go. Jared Jones giving Judge a shout out. Judge will be on soon. So Roham dropped into the 9 Lives Lounge. And was there anything groundbreaking? I don't know. Let's look. Basically telling us holding team sets is something that's going to matter, which is something that we've all thought for a long time. So that's not exactly groundbreaking. The other one about what do you think about the execution so far? Amazing under the hood. So him and Jacob are doing a lot of work under the hood, or they know about what's going on under the hood. They sound like a couple of mechanics. Great under the hood. Very poor comms and execution the last 10 days. At least they didn't throw an intern under the bus like they did on the Instagram ads. But I do trust these guys, and I think, you know, again, we are all very like short-term thinkers in a way, but sometimes for good reason we are complaining, and at least they are hearing us out. And here's a few others. We'll kind of run through them. Is Roham concerned that when they introduce NFL and La Liga, that's going to water down? People are going to leave Top Shot? He's not at all concerned. He thinks done right's the single biggest boost network effect across the ecosystem. We'll see. Is CS too complicated? Yes, and time needs to be a factor. I think that's great. Steve Veerman also is talking about that. Will there be merch? Yes, there will be merch. You'll be able to get a moment cube of your favorite player on a jacket or something. And when Rakeback, you'll know soon. So did that satisfy everyone? I don't know. We'll ask Judge. Was he satisfied? Jared is actually saying there's a slight pump today in Top Shot. Okay, I didn't realize that. We finally had a run it back challenge. Everybody was like, when is the utility coming to the run it back set? And then what do they give us? A $1,500 run it back challenge for Kawhi Leonard. I think a few hundred people have completed it, but I don't think that's what everybody had in mind, where you had to hold NBA Finals MVP run it back moments. So in other words, you got to already be one of the big pocketed players on this site to be able to do that. But at the same time, our buddy Metz actually mentioned something about this, which was like, as long as there's various levels of challenges happening, it's a good thing. And so let us not forget that earlier we had this Chris Bosh challenge that many people could complete by buying like one moment. So there you go. So this guy's saying he thinks it's $600 or $700 complete. Yeah, people who have completed that Kawhi challenge. Giannis Antonoglu. You're almost the right Giannis. I was getting really excited for a minute. That may have been like a cousin of the real Giannis, but Giannis, you are a real Giannis in your own right. And thank you for joining us from Greece. And we got the hustlers in here too. Thank you for joining us. All right, let's keep going. Ballers. I'm sure you've seen this all over Twitter. Everyone is flexing their ballers. Someone even pulled this rare Roham. And I think this is Yuri Ridiculous's one right there. I got to admit, I wasn't quite sure what the attraction was about ballers going into it, other than the fact that you could use your Flow wallet. I'm wondering if this is something where this is sort of people who have only used Top Shot up until this point are now getting an introduction into PFPs. I don't know. I don't know. I'm very curious what Judge thinks because he owns one. And then there's this in the Ballers Discord. They're people that running the Discord. I know a lot of people love to see big roadmaps, but to be honest, we've never seen that work out well. We are firm believers in under promise, over deliver. I don't know. I don't feel so great reading that. I do want a baller though. I don't even know why. I think it's FOMO. It's the NFT FOMO, is it not? Isn't that why we buy everything in this space? All right, finally, let's talk about those NFTs for a second. What's going on in the NFT space? We can't just be educated on Top Shot, can we? Denver Dog likes it. Let's go, ballers. I don't have one, Andrew. I'll hopefully be able to get one. All right. So NFT news. If you don't know, now you know. Jimmy Fallon bought a Bored Ape, and he talked about it on his show with Beeple. Not only that, but there's going to be a music band with apes. Musicians that I believe have apes are going to be like voicing the apes or something like that. That's going on. And Post Malone just bought a Bored Ape. So Bored Apes are pumping like crazy. They're up 218% in the last 7 days. And the Mutant Apes especially, 322%. The floor is a healthy 6.5 Ethereum. So things are going great if you're holding a Mutant Ape or a Bored Ape. I am not. And finally, Merry Early Christmas to anyone who bought a .eth domain. I had that screen open. I'm like, I'm going to have that Top Shot Tandy.eth. And gas was like $12 instead of $7. You know, this is like a long time ago. I'll wait it out. And I never bought one. It happens. It happens. But anyhow, good for all you guys. If you do have one of those, you are now rich. How's it feel to be rich? Andrew saying Vive is crushing it of late. I saw those gold NFTs on Vive, actually, Andrew. I've tried to buy something on Vive once, and things sell out in literally 2 seconds. So D, we see you, buddy. Hustle and Showroom is here. J, go. All right. So we've got quite a few things to talk about with Judge. Judge usually has a lot to talk about. Sometimes he needs a little time to warm up. So we'll see. We'll just keep this thing going until he's feeling warm. How's that? So what we have this time that we didn't have last time with Judge, though, is I made a video. I've been making videos for my guests. So here we go. Let's introduce the Judge. Let's bring him in. And let's play that intro video.
All right. All right.
All right. We got the Judge. I had to find a clip of you doing this because that is the ultimate Judge move. This when I'm doing my Judge impression, there's got to be a lot of finger waving, and I got to get like emotional and maybe talk about the WNBA and how I don't know the players or something of that nature.
First off, can you hear me? I just want to make sure everyone can hear me. Okay, good. Because for some reason I logged in with my computer and that did not work. So now I'm using my phone. So hopefully it is good. But good to be here, Tandy, man. How are you doing? It's always a pleasure to talk Top Shot, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. What a time it is right now in the Top Shot land.
Yeah, I mean, as someone like you who sees the ebbs and flows every day on Top Shot, I mean, how are you feeling historically speaking as, you know, as someone who knows how it's been in the past? Does this feel also to you similar to July like it does to me?
I would say this time it's worse. Definitely. This is the worst I've felt about Top Shot since I've joined the platform. This is the worst most people that I know have felt about it. I think the bummer is we seem to be repeating a lot of the same mistakes that we made the first time we crashed. And right with the playoffs, that's the best time of year for NBA. Massive crash there. The new season starts. We're all pumped up. Another massive crash. and we could talk about for some of those reasons, a myriad of reasons why we're in the situation we are. But again, a lot of those are Top Shot's own doing, and it just kind of sucks. The communication's been putrid. Their decision making has been abhorrent and questionable at best, and it's been pretty startling to see some of the decisions that are being made. And it almost seems like basically, what's the best thing to do? Well, let's do the polar opposite to piss off the entire community. And it's pretty, I got to be honest, it's super frustrating. And this is a project. The only saving grace is this is a long-term, multi-generational project. So it's not the kind of project I look at my account on a day-to-day basis. But look, when your account takes a 40,000 hit in a 3-week span like mine has, not great. Not great.
Not great. Are you like dollar cost averaging as this continues, or have you sort of been like, all right, cut, let's wait, let's see something different?
I gotta be honest. This is the first time in my Top Shot career I'm like not actively looking to buy. I swear to God, I would have live token on one of my monitors at all times. It's still, and by the way, it's still on right here. I still have one up right now. I do. But like, in case there are only 2 things I'm looking to buy right now: a Ja Morant, a really good Ja, or a really good Steph Curry. A rare. But other than that, I'm mostly sitting it out right now. Again, I'm a crazy man, so may I buy something if something pops up? Sure. But I'm mostly sitting it out. Like S3, that doesn't appeal to me in any way whatsoever. And they've made it perfectly clear they don't want commons to be worth anything. And that's the way that they are being treated. And so right now, I'm sitting back, and they keep telling us big things are coming. Big things. By the way, this week I've heard numerous people in the know. Big things this week.
Okay.
We'll see. Look, man, I still believe in the product. Obviously, I believe long term, but I got to be honest. It's super frustrating because I don't think we need to be in the position we're in now. It's just a lot of just really silly mistakes that the team made. And look, at some point, I think it's fair as a community to question some of the decisions that are being made, especially when you're repeating mistakes. And then, God forbid, someone from Top Shot would actually come out and tell us what the hell's going on, because that never happens.
Yeah. Well, I think that's why Packer was saying, let's bring back office hours. But like I said, office hours became kind of a dumpster fire near the end, where people, because basically they don't want to tell it. Like you said, they don't want to tell us. They can't tell us something unless it's basically fully hatched.
Right. And I mean, it's a catch-22, right? You have office hours, and then that will make some people satisfied, and then will piss off a lot of others, because they'll be like, well, you didn't say anything. You punted every hard question. But look, I still believe there's merit to having those, right? Like even if Jacob's gonna mostly punt on the vast majority of questions. I mean, I had him on my show a few weeks ago now, Jacob.
I watched it,
and unfortunately didn't give me a lot of time because he was doing kind of the car wash going on. It was right when S3 the roadmap dropped, and he went on kind of back shows, which again, not great. Not that I've done 800 hours of Top Shot content. If you give me a little more than 25 minutes, I would appreciate it. I think I've earned it. I think the community has earned some honest, you answering some honest, hard questions for a change. And I like Jacob. I'm a big fan of him, and a smart dude. But he basically punted every question, didn't really truly answer any of them. And so I say to myself, who can I have on from Dapper who's actually going to be like a good guest, and not someone who I'm going to kumbaya and sing about how great Top Shot is when we're crashing for almost 90% of the time that I've been on the platform. And God forbid I talk about it, then I'm angry, right? I mean, but I do Top Shot content, and I do it every night, basically, for hours. And it's just kind of it's very frustrating for me and my community, and for the whole entire Top Shot macro level community, when there's no one we can really talk to. I mean, who can I have on? No offense, but I don't want to have on some of the people and just sing songs about how great the platform is. Like, I want to talk about some of the real shit that's going on. Sorry, I can't. I know you don't like my story.
You can say shit. I don't mind shit.
Some of the real stuff that's going on, and some of the mistakes that they made, and then they repeated. I want to talk about the rake back, which they promised to us, and then now they're playing semantics games with us like we're children. You told us we're having the rake back. If you change your mind, fine. Just tell us why. Tell it, and we'll move on. Don't play games with us. I just don't understand a lot of the stuff they're doing, and a lot of it is just their own doing.
Yeah, I can understand that. I mean, that was one of the questions here was someone saying, I think Tandy NFTs is saying, do you think rakeback is that a savior? If rakeback comes tomorrow, like what do you?
I mean, to me, the rakeback is now taken on a connotation of something more than just giving us the rakeback, right? To me, it's about being honest. It's about being true to your word, right?
Yeah.
You told us this is going to happen, and now well, we didn't really say rakeback. We said something to that effect. No, you told us rakeback. You told us on several occasions. We have it on office hours on videotape if you want us to play it, which we can. People have shared it on Twitter, right? I mean, just what are you doing to us? Like, you told us it's going to be before the running backs. It wasn't. If you change your mind, fine. The space is made up with people who change their mind all the time. Just tell us why. Tell us, and we move on. Like, I don't understand why. All you're doing is making people more riled up because you're not addressing the questions. That's like their MO regarding anything, and it just doesn't make sense to me. But is it a savior? No, it's not. Now, will it stimulate the market and the economy and the Top Shot economy? It will. It would have a pump. But as I said last time, we pumped back in August. It's an artificial pump because this user base will never let us get to where we want to get. It's just not going to happen. They fire sailed once. They're fire sailing again. Now this time, Top Shot's a lot to blame, but it's the same user base. It's a crypto user base. Their mindset is different than people who are basketball fans who want to collect the product, and that's just the way it is right now.
It's kind of interesting though to think that they wouldn't have done it the first time. So it's like usually you fire sale and you get out, but there's like a multiple wave of fire sailing. You would think if it's these crypto bros, because the biggest example of something like that is like Pranksy, for example. Pranksy, whatever this dude's worth, hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars, in NFTs, and he came in there and he just kind of fire sold it all out and got out for the most part. So you would think that that's kind of the model, and that happened the first wave, but then it's like, and then it happens again. So what is it? Is it it can't be the same people doing it the same?
Why can't it be?
So you think they're just doing it in waves? So like, I'm going to sell off a quarter, another quarter.
These people own, and again, and nothing personal against these guys. Like they 5 people own 20% of the Luka Top Shot debut.
Yeah, I know.
They control the entire market share, and that's for like basically every moment. So, and I hate calling out library because I actually like the dude, and he's actually a basketball fan. But he's got 78 Luka S1s. Yeah. So he farts one out of his butt when he went to sell. Yeah. He wouldn't even notice if he lost one. I mean,
no, of course.
We can't comprehend how many of these they have, right? We would all pray to get one. But they can sell these at any time they want. And why wouldn't they? If they know the market's going to keep coming down, I would probably have sold. And again, they bought for 10 whatever bucks, and they can now sell for $2,500 or $3,500, whatever it is. I mean, why wouldn't they sell? They should probably sell. So they sell. They sold a bunch last time, and now they're coming back and they're selling a bunch again. And what does that do? It's got a ripple effect on everything, right? Because again, the fair market value on Luka could be $3,500. Well, Library bought it, and all the OGs they bought so cheap. They put it at whatever price they want. They put it at $2,500. Now it's $1,000 lower. Well, now what happens? Yeah. People panic and people undercut that new price, and now you're in a free fall. And that's basically for every S1 moment. But again, we can't blame them for what's happening to S2s and S3s. That's Top Shot. What have they done? Well, what's the worst thing that we can do basically in this market? We can kill you with supply. We can make the supply so we can have your head spin and you don't know what the hell's going on. We'll give you so much of our damn product, you basically hate it. And that's what they've done. I mean, they've so much of this product, and it makes no sense. The demand is not there. It wasn't there in S2. It's not there now. What's the rush? What's the rush to get us to this point where commons are worthless and meaningless and useless? The pack experience, which was the gold standard of Top Shot, they're now killing that. Because how fun is it to open these packs when you know the vast, you're basically 90 whatever percent is going to be basically garbage?
Yeah, right? I mean, granted, that's like it's a tough thing because granted, and you're totally correct. And what I'm actually concerned about when you talk about that is I'm actually concerned about like the new users because we know better, but we still do it anyway partly because we're degens and partly because we just can't help ourselves and whatever. But I'm more worried about the new user who doesn't know
You know
about
what,
that.
Candy? I'm tired of the new users. I'm tired of caring about them. And all disrespect, screw the new users. How about us? How about Top Shot focuses on us for one damn second?
I
How about
agree.
one time they say, how about the current users who have taken a bath for the last 6 to 8 months? Why don't we focus on them instead of focusing on a user base that we don't even know that's going to be there? Because all they care about are these new users. All they keep doing, let's give you so much supply that we're going to have one and two. Our whole goal in life for Top Shot right now. Let's do all we can to make $1 moments. Let's kill the supply. Let's crash everyone's account so new users can come in and get a cheap $1 moment. Well, congrats, Top Shot. Your mission's almost a freaking accomplished, and you've pissed everyone off.
No, I mean, you are 100% right. And I don't disagree with you that they absolutely need to throw existing users a bone. Absolutely, because we are the one who basically got us to where they are. You know, we can talk about what happened back in February and how Top Shot was this massive thing, news articles, huge valuation. We were the ones who were in the coal mines, basically, with the shovels. And at this point, it still feels very much new user focused. But my point is that I was trying to make is that when you or I joined the platform in February, we opened that pack and we were like, holy crap, I just spent $10 and it's worth $200. Oh my Lord, I'm staying here. And that's kind of my point. Because what if they do turn on the marketing and those new users come that people like you are hoping will come, and they open their pack and it's, an instant $2 loss and it's nothing special and it's two of the same bench player on the Wizards? And are they going to come back? Are they going to think that this is an amazing platform?
Well, again, this goes to my whole point. What was the rush? First of all, why do we need to mirror the physical card space? We are not the physical card space. I thought we're innovators here. I thought that's what we're all about in the NFT space.
No, I agree.
Why are we mirroring the physical card space to make commons worthless and meaningless and to get a supply so damn high? I don't know.
I agree. And when I heard, was it with you, by the way? Sorry, go ahead.
If I'm a new user and I'm coming on the platform and I get 3 SV Makalaklakas like I did in my last pack, great. So, yeah, I think they've greatly diminished the pack opening experience, which was, again, that was kind of the thing, not for me, but for most people, that was kind of the thing they looked forward to most.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I just don't understand a lot of these decisions. And again, God forbid someone from Dapper could tell me the reasons for some of these decisions.
See, you know what? I almost see it as, first of all, one person made a good recommendation, actually, which was new packs shouldn't be available to existing users. Like these new, very low value packs, just like make them by and large, either they're sitting for sale at some point when not marketing is turned on, but you know what I'm trying to say, when there's ads on every NBA game.
Right.
Leave them for those people. Don't even let the existing users even get their hands dirty with this stuff. Because I feel like if that was the case and existing users with good collector score and whatever else, we would get access to rare packs and more desirable packs. But I think because we sort of can't help ourselves, even after they tell us, they're like, look, and they tell us this stuff, but we don't. But they tell us, like, look, if these packs are something that you're hoping like flip, just don't do it. If these packs are, don't trade in your S2 moments. Wait for the S3. They're basically trade tickets. They tell us this. Not that I agree with the idea of it all, but they pretty much tell us it. Is you know what I'm saying? There's sort of like there's two forces at war here.
A couple people are saying, why is my audio so low? It may be because I'm on my stupid phone and not, because I'm not sure. Hopefully you guys can hear me.
Is that headset plugged into your phone?
No, I don't even think you can plug it into my phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can't. It can't plug into my phone. Wait. So is it meaningless to have a headset on right now?
I guess it is. You're just doing it for show.
Wait a minute. Is that true? Is there no difference?
Yeah, no difference.
Unbelievable. I think I look cooler with the headset. I'm keeping it on. I guess maybe I can get closer to the phone. Honestly, it's a bummer, guys, because my headset is amazing. My sound normally is just kick ass. I think Tandy did this on purpose to me. I don't know.
Yeah, I did. I absolutely did.
that's a bummer. But hopefully you guys can hear me. It's a little low. But actually, maybe it's a good thing. I've been talking very loud, and I'm a loud talker, so maybe it's a good thing that my audio is that great. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just I hear your point, but I just think more so. I just question just the overall philosophy on a macro level of what our current approach is, and I just disagree with it. I just and you know, and again, that's fine, right? I mean, I'm wrong a lot, and when it comes to Top Shot or anything, right? So that's okay, but I just don't it would help me if I could understand the rationale, like, and that's where I think the frustrating part for me, because like it just comes down to a numbers game. We don't have the demand for what Top Shot is doing. So, like, the only thing they're doing is guaranteeing our accounts are gonna take get crushed, and they have. Like, they killed us with the playoff moments. They made way too many of those. They killed, and like they just keep repeating the same silly mistakes, and I don't get it. And also, when a new season starts, shouldn't that be a time where you do some really cool stuff for us? What have you done?
Do you have anything that you had in mind that would be cool in your opinion?
I mean, let's do anything. Like, I mean, we should have challenges daily, by the way. Like, daily challenges. Like, it's just fun to do the challenges on the site. How hard would it be to get some challenges? And no offense to WNBA people, we're in the NBA now. Why are we still in WNBA challenges? I mean, we don't even have NBA fans on the platform. You really tell me there's WNBA fans enough on that platform, this platform right now? I mean, we're like, I just don't understand what we're doing. We should be we are, again, what happens on the court right now has no bearing on what's going on in the marketplace. Zero. And like, I was hoping by now we'd get to a point where some of that would actually matter. And we're so far away from that. And that's just, it's a bummer, man.
Yeah, I totally echo that sentiment. It seems like such a layup too, that is what I thought Top Shot was as well when I joined. Like, oh, and I think I've heard you say that as well. It's like you have some knowledge of the NBA, and that should be an advantage. You can almost predict, like, fantasy, this player is going to break out, therefore I'm going to buy his moment. So that's part of what makes, I think, Top Shot exciting and interesting. So the fact that has no correlation at the moment in a large way, because the market is just unhealthy and there's just too much supply.
Well, and it's unhealthy because Top Shot said, what can we do it's the worst thing we could do. Let's make 1 million moments a week that are meaningless, worthless, and no one will ever want these again. Let's keep doing it. Okay, great.
And what do you think though about this idea that the floors are basically being supported by people buying trade tickets?
I think this is asinine. I mean, I just, sure, we're all going to need 300 to 500 trade tickets, allegedly, to get in that S1 trade, S1 queue for the S1 packs. And right, those packs to me are the holy grail. I would sell my soul to get in that queue, right? Because that's the only way that I'll ever be able to afford a LeBron Top Shot debut, because 50% of those are going to be those packs. But that's going to be a process, an 18-month process, that those S1 packs. And your odds of getting an S1 pack are going to be pretty damn rare. So what are we all hedging our bets onto these trade tickets? I mean, to me, that's a crappy excuse to crush all of our to crush the entire market, all of our accounts, to get sentiment at an all-time low, so we all can get some trade tickets. I don't get it.
I agree, and I think that it goes to the same theory, I think, of these packs. It's like, we know that the chance of getting a rookie is 4%, but we can't help ourselves. The community cannot help itself.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing. It's been 2 weeks. Let's see in a couple of weeks how many of those packs are selling out, right? Let's see.
So did you buy? How many did you buy the first? Were you able to buy the first time?
The first week I got none, because Top Shot, again, they made a smart decision. Let's let some people buy 10 packs and some get 0.
Same here.
Again, what logical person would come up with that way to unleash the first packs of S3 when we all should be excited about getting a pack? We all should have got a pack, but no. Let's let some get 10, and 70% get 0.
Yeah.
Again,
but you understand why though, right?
What's that?
you understand what their thinking was from like a strategic level, I would think. Because my idea,
for the first drop. No, tell me.
yeah.
I don't get it.
Well, from a strategic level, from like a how much will our buyers buy level, it was basically because Jacob said we want to see how many people who bought 10 come back the next week and buy 10, and the next week and buy 10. They're trying to see like
No.
if you could buy 10 every week,
Right.
would you?
I understand that, but the difference is for me, I would think about my consumers.
Agreed.
And I would think about the people who have been on the platform, and I would actually want to reward them a little bit instead of continually jabbing them with the scissors, and maybe say, "Wow, you guys have been so great and been on. You are our current user base, and let's make sure everyone gets a pack in this first drop, and we can let experiment by crushing you guys with these 10-pack nonsense the rest of the season, right?" So again, it just goes to that just wouldn't be the way that I would treat my consumers.
Agreed.
So, but yeah, I understand that, right? Like that's why we're in beta. Let's be honest. We're in beta because they're testing ideas out on us. They don't know, right? They're trying to see what's the demand for these packs going to be when they're useless. And they've told us they're useless, right? What's the demand? And I guess we're all going to find out these coming weeks and months when we know they're going to be $1 moments in there. And then Top Shot, I don't know. Will they be happy then?
Yeah, I 100% agree, and that's why I was kind of rooting for pack number 2 not to sell out, because that somebody needs to show management of Top Shot that the community doesn't want this. But if it keeps selling out, then who are they to say no? That's kind of the problem as well.
But yeah, but I mean, like ultimately, I think there's always going to be enough people who are rich, enough people who money is different for all of us, right? And there's always going to be enough people out there who are just going to keep buying to take a shot at the lotto to get a chance at a Mobley number 1 or a LaMelo number 1 or whatever it is. But again, I don't think that's a good indicator of where the true demand is, and what the user base sentiment. But ultimately, it really doesn't matter because like they've made it clear that these packs don't matter. That again, they want them to be $1. They want people to come on the site and be able to buy packs at all times, and that's just what they're going to do. Like that's just they made it abundantly clear that's their only mission in life is basically you come on the site, you get ultimately you can buy packs, and we want the commons to be useless, meaningless, worthless. And I'll never for the life of me understand why we had to go down that path. I just won't get it.
That's when it would be great to be able to talk to like the economist or the acting manager who we never heard from, like either one of those guys.
Well, especially like I just don't get the burning desire to mirror this physical card space. Like we're in the space all about innovation, imagination. Why do we have to go back to what they did in the 80s and the 70s? Like why would we be the product that's moving backwards? Like our products, we should not attempt to mirror the physical card space at all. Not to mention our user base is nothing like the physical card space. I just don't understand a lot of these decisions. And God forbid someone could actually give us some explanation here, rather than Roham come in the 9 Lives Live and tell us, "You're right, the comms have been awful." Yeah, they have. You're right. We made some mistakes here. But big things are coming. And I have no doubt that they are. But, like, you can give me big things, but you're showing me now fundamentally that you have issues making decisions. And you have fundamental issues making common sense, logical decisions on the on the direction of the product that we all love. And we don't want to just screw it up.
Yeah. 100%. And I think I was going to mention, I think it was on your stream with Jacob when he did the comparison. He said when you buy a box of physical cards, right, you get like a 30% return on average.
Right.
But I would echo exactly what you're saying, is that we didn't get into this because of physical cards.
No.
We got into this because this was supposed to be something totally different, the future of fandom.
Correct.
So I feel you there. And I mean, it's tough. We gotta take their word, I suppose, that they're
at some point. Like, when do we as a community, like, and I think we're starting to get to that point, right? And again, I do understand when they keep telling us like they're preaching patience, right? But I found Jacob's response to that one Twitter thing. Hey, we just had to run it back about a month ago. Was he implying that that was a success?
I think he
That was a
was.
massive failure. I mean,
Yeah.
they did the one. That was my Christmas Tandy. The running backpack
Get the hat
was
on.
my Christmas. It was. I was nothing in more life was I looking forward to more than the 0506 running backpack, right? And what Top Shot did, they did something great. They said, you know what? We're going to give rare running backpacks, but we know not all of you can get those packs, so we're going to make a new set, an archive set, so the average person can have a chance to own, the moments of yonder year. You like that phrase, yonder year?
That's nice.
Right. So, and then what do? They give everyone a rare running backpack. We all got one. Everyone. Yeah, it was Oprah just giving away to everyone. And then they gave millions of archive moments. So again, what's the one thing they do? They kill us with supply. And and shockingly, what happens, Tandy? They both crash. Who could have foreseen that happening? Who could have foreseen us crashing when you gave everyone a rare pack and you made them not rare? And then you gave everyone archive moments and you killed those. And you made them both meaningless.
Yeah.
And you had all kinds of problems on the site during that week. Why? Because you were too busy in the Flowverse. You were in the Flowverse. You were everywhere. You're in La Liga, the NFL. You're everywhere but on Top Shot. And then you tell me you're understaffed. And and you wonder why we're in beta. And you wonder why we're crashing. And you wonder why we don't have new users.
Some fiery passion coming from the judge right now. It's hard to disagree with you. I mean, I'm sure that there's certain points there that technically they could say, oh, but our support team is the same as it always is, and whatever else, and flow is a different section, and we're totally fine. But yeah, 100% agreed. And the thing,
who was running the Flowverse Discord, Tandy?
It was Luke, right?
Luke runs the Top Shot Discord.
But how important is the Discord?
It's pretty damn important. That's the main way communication gets disseminated.
Really? I never look at that Discord because it's such a dumpster fire.
Yeah. I mean, trust me, that's a full-time job too. So, and that Flowverse was the most complicated Discord. Honestly, that was more complex than the Da Vinci Code. The Da Vinci Code complex? I think it was. I don't know.
I think it was.
Chat. Nothing was more complex than that Flowverse Discord. And look, I love Luke. That guy works his tail off.
Yeah, he does.
During Christmas, we have dapper staff and Top Shot staff running the Flowverse with 60, 70,000 people. Not to mention, we're trying to. Is it a coincidence that Top Shot had all kinds of issues during that queue, or during that drop? I don't know, but are we entitled to ask? Well, wait a minute. We're still having the same questions that we had, same problems on the site that we had 6 months ago. So I think it's fair to ask some questions at this point. I think it's fair to question a lot of the decisions that are being made. I think, again, I saw the First Mint have the title of their podcast episode, The Culture of Complaint. Well, yeah. I think at some point, you reach, if someone keeps repeating the same mistakes, making poor decisions, not purposely, but basically making decisions that are almost guaranteed to crash your account. They don't care about the current user base. They're making decisions that no one in the community truly understands. I think it's fair to complain a little bit. I think it's okay to show that we're complaining because we're concerned, we're disheartened, we're frustrated at the kind of the path that you've taken this project that we all love, and we don't understand it. And God forbid you won't talk to us. So then who has to create the narrative? Us.
Yeah.
It's us. It's people on Twitter who suck, who don't even who know nothing.
Yeah, I mean, hard to disagree. And I remember, I think months ago, they told us they were getting big name comms people, and so it's definitely frustrating. I don't know what the answer is. It's very frustrating. If you were to play the other side, because I think it's curious to play the other side for a second. First of all, if you're Dapper, and like I said, every week you can put out a pack and make $3.2 million. First of all, that's a no-brainer. You just keep doing it. But
is it? I mean, they're a multi-billion-dollar company. How much money do you need? I don't know. And again, maybe I'm naive here. I could be naive. Like my community thinks I'm naive here, and I could be.
I mean, I think $3.2 million is a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. You're right.
So yeah, if I'm a business, I'm a for-profit business. I'm not neglecting existing users though. If I'm Dapper Labs, I'm also saying my existing users are very pissed off on Twitter, even if it's the loudest. I think LG said on his podcast, is it just the loudest circle of people? Well, maybe it is, but maybe that's also the most passionate people, and that's kind of who
Well, I'll tell you
spreads
what,
word.
LG, I love you, but I know I've been on the Top Shot platform more than you, my man. And that's just honesty. Like this is where I've been. Like this is where I've been living for 8 months. So, with all due respect to the other people out there, again, who are flipping PFPs, and if they want, oh, there goes those guys fudding about Top Shot again. Maybe we're fudding about Top Shot because we know the product better than you do. Maybe that's why we're doing it.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, nothing against LG. You guys have both been positive contributors to this space.
Things. Like
right.
We just do different things, right? And again, I think I have my pulse on the Top Shot platform, on the Top Shot marketplace.
No,
right?
for sure.
But if you if you want to not be upset and you want to be more laid back about these things and play it cool, yeah, man, I lost a cool 40K. It ain't. I got apes, man. It's no big deal. Right?
It's
I got
true.
a gutter cat. I'm chilling. It don't matter. Like it's a long-term project. Well, that's true. Well, I don't have an ape or a gutter cat.
Neither do I.
And it is a multi-generational product. But like at the same time, what worries me is seeing people that I know now who love basketball and the people that we want on this platform long-term. And I see those people now wanting to leave. And those people getting upset because they don't understand these decisions. And they've already been burned by Top Shot once. And now they're being burned again by the same mistakes. And we can't get answers.
Yeah.
And that is, again, why this time is much more troubling to me than last time. And again, I think like we do have a connection to the product because we love hoops. We love the product. We love collecting, right? And like the flippers, the second this is profitable for them again, they'll come back. And that's what worries me. We're going to keep getting a user base that's not going to be healthy, right? We need to make sure we have the right user base. We're not even close to being there yet. And I get concerned when I'm seeing the wrong kind of people wanting to leave this space. And that's again one of the reasons why this time I am more concerned than I was last time we crashed.
Okay. I mean, those are valid points. The question is, what could they do? If you were running Dapper, who would you even trot out right now?
Rohan.
And I think that's coming, apparently.
Is it? Is he going to answer like legitimate questions?
I hope so. I mean, I agree that was because we felt this way a few times. I mean, since February, it's been a few times that we felt this bad. And
I can just speak for myself. I haven't felt this bad before.
You have not?
No.
I mean, like I said, July is probably that's when I think people were fudding the hardest. That's when people who were always super pro Top Shot were fudding hard on Twitter, and then that's when I was confused. And that was during the end of the NBA Finals.
Yeah, NBA Finals.
And there's a similar situation, which was like, this is peak NBA time. Right. What is going on? Why is the NBA NFT not performing well during peak NBA time?
Well, they gave us millions of playoff moments that no one wanted. And again, this user base doesn't watch basketball. Again, some do, but we know that it's not controversial to say it's a crypto user base right now. And we got to do all we can to change that. And again, their mindset. Look, you can't be attached to a product that you don't understand. Yeah. And you can tell me you love Top Shot, right? But if you don't know the players and you don't know the moments, you can't have the same attachment that we can have, right? Mm-hmm. It's just you can't. And again, I don't really care what people tell me because I just I know it's not so. I got my first legendary moment. I got a WNBA moment. I'm not going to proclaim to be a WNBA fan. I'm just not. I know people that are. I think it's great to have on the platform. I don't like the way that they're still doing WNBA content with challenges, but I have no attachment to that moment. I don't know the player. I've never seen her play.
Same here. I also was lucky enough to get a legendary. I got someone I'd never heard of. Right. It was a really low serial, and I was able to sell it. And then it was in the Tarazi challenge, and it was like $200 more valuable after the fact. But yes, I totally echo that sentiment. I think like it's good to it's good to be able to take care of others in a way. It's almost like that saying, you take care of yourself first before you can take care of others. And in this way, it was almost like the NBA Top Shot was kind of taking care of the WNBA in a way, like kind of passing over a little bit of a supportive arm to the WNBA. Let's bring you in. Let's give you exposure to our massive audience. Our rabid for PAX audience, and people are going to get to know your players, and it's going to be great. And we'll do videos about all the plays. But if your own house isn't in tip top shape and your own, existing users are not super pumped, then of course there's risks.
Well, and again, what's the primary motivator right now for this user base?
Flipping. But that's all of it. I mean, that's fair. To be fair, that's almost all of NFTs.
Well, it is, right? But that's what should make Top Shot different. Like, to me, it did, right? I wasn't getting into flip. Like, I was getting into collect.
Yeah.
And I think, again, that's the user base that we want. And that's the kind of, when you're connected to the players and the moments and you understand the product, you have that, again, that's the only way that we can ultimately succeed as a product. Like, I think people, their expectations are warped in this space because they think that they're entitled to make these massive profits, right? Because that's what they were doing initially when they got in Top Shot, and that's what they went over to the NFT space and OpenSeas, and they're flipping the PFPs for 10 times, 20 times. But that's not what Top Shot it was never intended to be that. It's not supposed to be that. It shouldn't be that in the future. And again, that's why it's important we get people with the mindset to understand that on this platform, that you're not supposed to get a pack and make 10, 20 times your ROI. What you're supposed to do is open a pack and be like, oh my God, I just pulled a Mobley. The kid is amazing. He's gonna be the cornerstone for the Cavs team for the next 10 to 12 years. He could be the best player in the league. Watch this amazing moment.
Yeah.
Like that's the disconnect we have with the people that we want on the platform versus who we currently have.
Yeah. That also kind of makes an interesting thing that I was thinking about, which is that you're either a flipper, a rent seeker, or you're someone who is hoping that these moments accrue value and you might rent seek 10 years, 5 years from now, right? Like people who spend 15 grand on an NBA Top Shot moment, it's not because they want to leave it in their will to their great grandchildren. Maybe they do. But do you agree with that? That like it's sort of how long your window is?
I mean, it's weird. I mean, I don't really think about it like that. I mean, I guess I can't afford a moment like that. But I mean, like, I just think I think about it more in terms of the average person who loves basketball, loves watching these unbelievable plays, and gets excited about it, and wants to collect, wants to watch games, and basically says, I knew it. Garland, man. Sexton's out. Now Garland's popping off. I knew he would. I want to go buy a Garland debut. I want to buy a Garland MGLE. Look how great this is, right? Oh, man, my collection's cool, so cool. I got the Knicks team set. Like, they're playing so well. What's going to happen in the playoff? Like, that's what I want. I want to see what's happening on the court translating here. I want to see excitement and passion for the right reasons. Not, I got a Mobley. That's like $300. I can sell that and I can buy a freaking PFP of a kitty.
Yeah.
Like that's not that's where we are now, and that's not where we need to get to. And what we need is to make sure Roham and Jacob and the team at Dapper understand the user base we need here is not what you need that's in the OpenSeas. And a lot of the people that you have promoting your project, they're not the right ones. I'm sorry to tell you. And they don't know basketball, and that hurts you long term. You may think that's a great thing. You may think, well, they're getting in casual people. But again, you get in crypto people who want to keep flipping and are greedy, and that's all they want to do. They're going to hurt your product. You want people who are in this for the right reasons to collect, who are connected to the platform, connected to the product. And you show no indication that that's what you care about so far. None. There's not a single decision that you've made as a company that lets me know you have your eyes set, focused on where your priorities should be. And that's what's so freaking frustrating as we enter S3 and you're crushing our values by dumping us with these crappy S3 moments.
Hey, it's coming from the heart. I mean,
And
no one
honestly,
can.
what's weird is I told myself I'm not even gonna get. I was like, I'm chill mood today. I'm not even worked up at all. Honestly, I thought I was gonna be really look casual, and
But there's something though interesting about what you're saying, which is like you want a user who comes, who gets a moment of a player they really like, and that's kind of like the end of the story. And something that I'm thinking about is that
what do you mean?
especially
That's the beginning of the story. Like,
well, but what are
right?
they, what's the vision though? Because something that I've been thinking about is like if you think about successful NFTs, for example, the vision is I'm going to be able to like put this in a game and then it's going to earn me some coins and I'm going to be able to just I don't even need to think about selling it or flipping it because there's so much more value to me if I just hold on to it and what cool things can happen as I hold on because right now that utility is basically collector score and it almost ends there.
Right. Well, yeah, and I think all that is still coming. Right. You get the Knicks team set. You have a chance to go to a Knicks front row game. You have the most, you know, Jordan Poole moments. You get to meet Jordan Poole. You get an autographed jersey of Jordan Poole. Like you complete an S1 set. You get to go to like the Pelicans S1 set, like I completed. You get to go eat burgers with Zion because that's all he's doing.
Yes,
right now.
yes, and drink Mountain Dew.
Yeah, I mean, all that stuff is coming with utility, but like to me, like that second, like I don't need that. Like I'd be good enough with just collecting the freaking moments because what the utility does, it makes things, it increases the value of things that shouldn't be valuable to begin with, right? Like a lot of the bottlenecks. The bottlenecks. I mean, why does Jordan Nwora? Why is he $500 or whatever the hell he is, right? I'm not a fan in many ways of having these bottlenecks that make it that again crappy players, crappy moments are super expensive, and so like I'm all for utility. I love it. I think ultimately it's going to be a great thing for the product. It's gonna the things that we're going to be able to do. I think we don't be again. I think I truly believe that we are going to be innovating, and the creativity and the things that we can do will make this and like in real world IRL utility will make this again. This is why we'll smash every other NFT out there, hopefully. But like to me, like again, if you truly love the product and hoops, right, and the players, like that's a pretty damn good start. Like that's a pretty damn good start, right? Like it's just to me, it's still exciting to own the moments just because I love watching the plays. I love the players. I love watching games. And that utility, that's just extra. But again, that utility, it could suck in some of the wrong people. And that's, again, while I think the utility is great, again, I just think, to me, it's not as important as it will be probably to a lot of other people.
Yeah. I guess for me, I just think that you always need utility in this NFT game.
Well, right, sure.
Be it IRL or be it other, and that's why I was actually excited about Hardcourt, and we haven't really heard anything about Hardcourt.
Another thing, right? Like, just tell us. Like, what's this? What's this Hardcourt? Never heard of that one. Like, just if there's delays, tell us there's delays. Like,
didn't they tell us?
Right? Like
they told it. Roham said he saw it and he didn't like it.
Right, and that's it though. We gotta pull teeth even to get that much, right? Like I don't what's wrong with a little transparency? What's wrong? What's so bad about telling us you made a couple mistakes and telling us not only what you made some mistakes, what you're gonna do to correct it, right? Just let us know a little bit about what's going on behind the scenes, and let us know a little bit about some of these decisions, and then maybe we can sit back and be like, oh, well, I disagree with that one, but I get it. At least now I understand why they chose that. Okay, right? But right now, I don't get any of that. We don't get any of that.
Yeah, 100%. And I think we don't get it because it kind of led to bad situations in the past, but they need to find out a better way to do it where it won't lead to bad situations, and they can tell us some things because obviously that's better than nothing. And actually, to bring that Hardcourt thing for a second, what made a lot of sense to me with these kind of junky packs is if you're a new user and you can instantly pop in your Chris Hartenstein and whatever into Hardcourt, let's say, or there's, again, going back to like the utility, then even like a junky pack gets you on the road to something beyond just like, I need a player that's worth a lot of money and on a team that I like.
Don't worry, Tandy. Every S3 moment is going to be worth nothing. So you can get any player you want for a couple bucks. So don't worry.
Yeah, I'm sniping those $3 Chris Pauls right now.
Don't worry, they're any player you want, you get it. It's meaningless, worthless, useless. Have
Oh,
fun.
geez.
Have fun, kids.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. Useless. That's the issue here. Useless. We
Well,
need the use.
but ultimately, I'm with you. Like I think hardcore there'll be a game of some sort, whether or not it's hardcore or whatever it ends up being. That will be. I think that will be attractive and bring a lot of new people onto the platform, because again, that's a whole new industry that we can tap into. The gamers, the gaming industry, like NBA 2K people. Again, they're not on Top Shot yet, so it's a whole again, and that all should come. But I think in the meantime, instead of focusing so much on what's to come, let's focus on the current user base who's getting crushed.
Yeah.
That just abundant. It seems to be just so such a footnote to the current Top Shot team, right? And they're so focused on this weird mission of making whatever they can do with this new massive supply to crush the S3 commons, that they really have let a lot of us current users out to dry. And again, I don't know why you would do that to your current user base. And I get it. We're in beta, but that's no longer a valid excuse. It's just not.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
be better.
And did we already talk about this? Or like it as your user, who you are as a user, what could they do right now, let's say, or in the very near future, where you'd be like, oh, they're getting it right, or oh, I feel some value. I feel like a valued customer. What could they do for you?
Answer some basic questions.
Okay,
Answer
so
some basic questions. All the stuff that we raised on the show today. Just give me some answers. Just give me some answers. Let me know. Like, I know nothing. Like,
okay,
I just find it very, like I've said, I mean, I've done over 800 hours of content now. And I honestly, there's not a person from Dapper I can have on my show that I feel that's going to answer some questions. Like real questions, right? I mean, not like, tell me about S3, right? I mean, like, legitimately, let's have an honest discussion about where the platform's been. And I think showing me that you care about the current user base. I think showing me that, showing me that you have plans actually in place to kind of go after basketball people, and that you understand that your user base right now is not the user base you need to get to the next level. Tell me why you want to mirror the physical card market. What's your rush to have this massive demand? Like, what are you going to do to help the current users who you're basically guaranteed to crush their accounts right now? Why do you not answer about the rake back? Why would you promise something and then kind of tell us, well, we never really said rake back? Well, we all know you said it, and and honestly, all you're doing is pouring more gas on the fire by messing with our minds. Just give us an answer so we can move the F on and talk about more important things, right? I mean, it's just some of the more of the, and also let's talk about supply. Let's talk about, again, we know the main thing that crushed the S2 market. Why would you purposely go ahead and do it for S3? Were you not ready for S3? Why weren't there more things planned? Why do we crash during the best times of the year for the NBA? We're having an inverse correlation between when we should be pumping. We're the most exciting times. You found a way to make it your product the least exciting product in the NFT space right now. And I'm one of the most passionate people you could have on your product, and I think it's boring as hell right now. And you've turned me for the first time in my career to not want to buy. And you've made a lot of people in my community leave the platform. And these are not people who were here for the wrong reasons. You're people who wanted to collect and like hoops, and people who wanted to be a part of your platform for the future. And those are the people that you're pushing away now.
Those are all really good questions, honestly. I would be so happy if someone would be like, you know what, Judge, let me take you up on that. I'm going to get on your show. We're going to take as long as we need, and we're going to answer every single question. That would just make me so happy.
But that's the thing, though. Like, I'm not asking hard questions. Like, these are pretty simple, straightforward questions. I mean, they're not controversial either. They're based on facts. They're based on data for the most part. And And I think continuing to keep us in the dark so much, look, at some point you will lose the user base. You will lose the confidence of people. I also would like to know, look, you want to run the world, Dapper, and that's great. You want to have La Liga, you want to have UFC, you want to have NFL this year, by the way. You want to do all these things, but you can't get your baby straight. You can't get Top Shot straight, and we're still in beta. Why wouldn't you want to get that product straight until you start going crazy in the Flowverse? Why wouldn't you focus your attention a little bit more on Top Shot, especially given what happened the past 6 months? You finally start doing some things right, and then you crush us again with some of your really poor decision making. I just am stupefied at how you think you're going to run all these other successful products when you have not shown us your ability to run Top Shot correct yet.
Yeah, I think again, I think it's a matter of, as a business, the NFL is probably like, we want a piece of this, and we want you to do it, and we want to launch this year, or else we'll go to the next person. And they're like, okay, whatever, we'll do it.
Right.
You know?
Right. And you, that very well may be the case, right? And then and that's a little scary, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a little scary. If so, Dapper's got the work cut out for them, right? I mean, but the thing is, here's another thing. Idea. Listen to your community. You have your community is filled with a lot of passionate, smart, intelligent people. And Bonfire was on my show last week, and he raised a good point. Like, he raised the point that, look, the if you have a team that doesn't use the product, how can they know how the user base feels? And people at Dapper, Top Shot, they can't buy Top Shot moments. So maybe we make that change, and maybe we let them buy Top Shot moments. Maybe we let them sit in a 5-hour queue.
Yeah.
Maybe we let them experience opening a pack that's meaningless and worthless and useless.
Yeah.
Maybe we let them experience some of the things that we're experiencing, and then they can go back and actually have a little insight into our minds. Maybe they have their maybe we have their accounts crash for 6 straight months and then crash again, and then they can be a little more insightful when they're in their meetings making decisions. Maybe we can have them collect the fandom tier for the WNBA and then make the toughest challenge in the history of challenges, and then have them kind of experience what we're experiencing, so they can understand some of this frustration that we're having.
100%. And, back in, I think it was probably in March or April, sort of the early days of FUD. That was when I think it was Justin at what's it called again? On the Moment. He had a really good idea, actually, which was, you don't necessarily, because in your example, like, you'd have the people, the employees, but he basically said, have a trusted circle of varied users. Have your user that's been in there for day one, OG, worth $1 million, but then also have your user who joined in February and saw their account tank, and also have a new user, and just have this like trusted circle where everyone can communicate freely. They will listen to those people. And I actually remember, like, Roham in that moment actually reaching back out to him, or said in Twitter, like, this is something we're looking into, etc. But did anything happen? Doesn't appear so.
Yeah, and again, I think all of that is needed. They clearly are out of touch, right, with the way with how the community feels and with the user base, and that's a problem.
Yeah, 100%.
Be a successful company where the team, their employees, don't understand their users and don't use the product and don't understand the product. There's a disconnect.
Yeah,
that needs to be rectified.
And honestly, that could be rectified if they were willing to just get in a room with you and a few other people, etc. Because people like us, we could just sit down with them and just say, here's what's going on. Let's go. I'll take you through my account right now. And, it'd be pretty easy. But hey, let's see. I mean, what else can we say at this point? We are hoping and praying to see something soon.
I mean, that's the thing, right? It's just, we all we can do is wait. Right. We wait and we pray they make the right decisions. But I mean, at some point, that's going to get pretty old. It's already pretty old. Right.
Yeah.
And I think That's not. It doesn't seem like it's a sustainable model, right? To just kind of, well, they got that one right. Thank God. Oof. Okay, now we're good for a couple of weeks until the next crisis occurs, right? I think we need a more macro level of something in place to know that we're truly headed in the right direction. And right now, I just don't see any indication that we are. Like, I still think we'll get there, but like they sure as hell right now seem to want to go the hardest route possible to get where we need to go. And again, I just don't think we had to get to the point we're in now. And we're waiting, right? We're all kind of waiting to see what they do next, whatever decision they make, and whatever dark room they are in right now, coming up with the next, whatever they're going to, roll out. But I would like some more clarity. I would like some better communication, and I would like some better, transparency regarding their plans for the future, their plans for some of the decisions they've made, and how they can looking to avoid the mistakes that they keep repeating.
Yeah. So honestly, that would not be such a hard thing to meet. Honestly,
you wouldn't think so, right?
Yeah. Just give us some really, really solid communication. That seems to be what you're asking for. So I'm hopeful that we can get some of that soon. Anyhow, well, that was a very passionate dialogue about NBA Top Shot, and true words and passionate words, and from someone. I mean, Judge, you're one of the few people I think who, I mean, not only are you very much obsessed with NBA Top Shot, you talk about it every day. You have a Discord devoted to it. You continually buy during the downturns. Yeah. And now you're not, and that's kind of should be a big signal to anyone who's paying attention. And I know that you have people within Dapper who are in your Discord, so you would think that that hopefully we can see something.
You would hope, man. You would hope.
Yeah.
We're hoping.
Well, I think we spoke a lot about Top Shot. I think we can hopefully take things a little bit lighter, which is, tell me a little bit about Ballers.
Honestly, I know nothing about Ballers. I mean, my knowledge on Ballers is this: it's like every other NFT. We're all broke. We got no liquid, and I mean, someone, I think it was in the Nine Lives Lounge, or it was someone who basically was touting Ballers, and I'm like, man, I'm tired of these PFPs. I don't want one. And then everyone in Nine Lives Lounge wanted one, and then I saw people in my own Discord, and they were pretty excited about it. And I'm like, all right, you a-holes, I'll get a freaking Ballers. And then so I got one, and I got to be honest, like, more exciting than anything I've gotten in the Top Shot platform in the last how long it's been. So look, you got to be like, people were pretty excited about it. Like, the community seems to be pretty excited about whatever the hell it's going to be. I don't know what it's going to be, right? But whatever the game is going to come. But look, I think we've seen in the NFT space, time and time again, the only thing that matters is the team and the community. That's it. That's all that matters. The artwork and all the rest is kind of meaningless. And it appears right now that Ballers has got the team seems pretty solid, and the community seems really pumped up, and they seem really excited to be a part of the project. And that's a great start. That's a really great start. And I think I know a lot of FOMO has kicked in with a lot of people with that project. I wish I had more. I wish I was able to buy, more than one. But ultimately with all these things, I have no idea. I mean, I have no idea with any of these other PFPs and with any of this stuff. Like, you can just, again, it's like Top Shot. You can just hope the team kind of makes smart decisions, right? It gives some cool utility with this kind of stuff, and that the community stays excited, and that's it. That's all you can do. So
yeah.
That's the extent of my Ballers knowledge.
Well, I did not buy one. I actually entered the queue a little late, and it was like a 4-hour wait, and I gave up. But it is interesting. And I don't know if this happens in other NFT projects, but the only thing that concerns me about Ballers right now is there's so much hype so quickly, so fast, like day zero, basically, everyone going nuts. It's like, that's not sustainable. That's the thing that scares me a little bit. But hey, it's great to see that The Top Shot community is getting excited about something.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think that's like anything else, though, right? I mean, the initial, it's like a new relationship. At first, it's great. You're having mad sex with candy. It's crazy. And then the passion goes away a little bit. And then it's, okay, well, now, wow, we're really in this. What are we going to do? What's next? Right? It's a little bit of that. Then that's like every NFT, right? Once that initial kind of the hot sex wears off, that's where you really you find out what's going to be successful or not, right?
What kind of NFTs have you been minting?
All kinds of NFTs, Candy. Yeah, look at my collection. It's a dirty one. No, I mean, what do you mean? It's just I'm minting nothing in this market, but I mean, it's just it's about, you need the team to constantly be executing, right, and to constantly be innovating and to fulfilling. I did like the fact they don't have a roadmap, because roadmaps kind of, it's just they're just basically doomed to fail. So just if your team, just make smart choices, right? If you make smart choices, if you're honest, if you communicate, most of the time the community, they want you to succeed. They want whatever we're a part of to be successful. They'll back you up,
right?
As long as you keep them in the loop and you keep trying your best, right? And so we'll see. I mean, Baller's off to a great start. The hype will die down, though, and then it will become, it'll be a combination of the community and the team working together to try to see if this can be a sustainable project, right? So there's a lot out there. But I think that there's hope for optimism there. But you never know with these things.
I think that what I think now, that more I think about Ballers, that makes me optimistic actually, is that if they can turn it into a game, and I know that's sort of a hot keyword around NFTs, but I do think, and this is sort of apart from Top Shot, but I do think that NFT projects that actually can make a good game will have a very long shelf life.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is I've been fortunate to see a lot of the games like behind the scenes. Most of the games it's like 1985 Atari level.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember that fighting one which had a ton of hype and huge floor. Now I don't even know what it is now. But
right.
yeah,
I mean, most games, again, like, people don't understand like the amount of money it takes and the how hard it is to truly make like a GTA type level game. So people, again, so many NFTs have been hinging their holy grails. But we got the game coming. Well, we'll see when people see the game and how awful it looks. How much people are then really going to be, wow, I've been waiting for this. So it's is it gonna be, I've been waiting for this, or, well, wow, we got a game, or will it be somewhere in between? And I think that's what we're all gonna wait and see. But yeah, so Ballers, they claim that they will have a game, but like at this point, everyone says that, so that means nothing to me.
Yeah.
We'll see. When the game comes out, because it takes years to build a great game.
Absolutely.
So, and a ton of money. So again, we'll see. But like, to me, it's just team community. Can the team, make smart decisions? Can the community stay pumped up and excited about the product? And that's it. And that's it. That's all you can hope for with these NFTs right now.
And that's tough, honestly. Like I'm kind of shocked at projects that can do this months on end. It's kind of incredible, because it's like playing the balloon game where you keep kind of tapping it off the floor and trying to make sure it doesn't hit the ground.
Right.
It's like, how long can you do that?
Right. Yeah. Well, that's, again, and you got so many projects and people run out of money at some point. Like, where you get to where I am now, like, I got money on Top Shot and Open Seas, and that's it. I'm fast, right? Like, it's like there's just not, and you just hope a couple of things that you invested with the teams can make smart decisions, or you hope you invested wisely, and you diversified. You weren't like me and invest too much in the Top Shot. But yeah, it's hard. And the space, again, too many projects and too many people are making projects that are trying to in it for the wrong reasons, with money grabs. But you do have a lot of other good projects out there, and you kind of just, I think, during this downtime in this kind of the NFT bubble kind of crashing, you kind of hope that maybe this will be the time when people can now all kind of sit back. And now maybe the cream, the projects that have been working their tail off behind the scenes and really have been making good decisions, and the ones that do have good communities, the cream can kind of rise to the top, and the ones that were just in this for a quick money grab, those will just kind of go away. And that's why I think now is a good time to take stock of the NFTs you invested in, and you can you have time if you're not, because I can't mint anything new right now or buy anything new really, so I'm just taking a look at the ones I have and seeing the team, seeing the communities, and seeing which ones I want to be a part of long term. and which ones I would be happy to sell if they ever do pump. We ever get back to a bull run, because I know that those products aren't going to make it long term, because we know the vast majority of products out there right now, they're just going to fail.
Yep.
There's just no conceivable way that most can succeed. So again, you want to attach yourself to good projects, right? To a good team and a good community, and that's kind of the way that I look at the NFT space right now.
I think you're right on, dead on, and of course we're seeing the apes pump now, and I'm starting to see robot offers come on some of my NFTs. So
yeah,
who knows?
Again,
maybe.
Like, yeah, they're signs of life, right? You've seen it the last week or so, but again, it's funny because a lot of the same issues they're having in the NFT side of it with OpenSeas and all that stuff is what we experienced in Top Shot back in March, April, right? It's too much supply. It's too much supply, right? The demand's not there. The demand is not there to meet 30, 35 new projects a day. And someone may have thought they had a good idea a month ago, but the space moves so damn fast. By the time your product launched, the space moved, the space evolved. And now you got a project that gas is way too high. No one wants to mint, and RIP to you. So it's tough out there right now. And this we all kind of saw this coming. At some point, we knew that the days of minting, basically everything you mint, it's going to pump and then it reveals, then it crashes at some point, and you can flip everything. At some point, you knew that had to end, and now it basically has. And now you have to be a lot smarter the projects that you're minting and you're investing in, and ultimately 100%. That's a good thing, because that's the way it should be.
Yeah, I agree. I've actually minted a couple projects on Solana because there's zero gas on that.
There you go. Right. Another reason why the ballers, you can say all you want, but not having gas, that was pretty great.
I know. You basically paid the gas fee, practically paid a gas fee to just get the baller.
Right. And I mean, the gas is just brutal. It's just such a deterrent for anyone who wants to come into the space. Like, it just is.
And that's also, I think, why Dapper went so obnoxiously hard on FlowFest, because they're like, oh my God, this is our chance. Everyone thinks NFTs are incredible. Everyone's angry at gas. Let's just go way too hard at this.
Maybe. Right. Sure. I mean,
but yeah, of course, the people there sitting with their moments. What about us?
Right. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, like, at the end of the day, like, you have resources. And did Dapper, did Top Shot, did they use them the right way? So
yeah. Well, what can we say? But what else should we? Let's take some questions from the chat. How about that? And then we'll do a little duck race. And I'm glad that we can do a duck race together in peace this time.
The Candyman stole my ducks. I'll never forgive you. I mean, I'll never forgive you stealing my ducks. I can't believe it. Honestly.
I mean, look, I tried like the camels, and it was like, oh, you can't do past 10. I'm like, oh, I kept looking.
Little did I know the Candyman's a thief. Guys, he's a thief. Honestly, you may be arrested. I haven't been an attorney of law. Honestly, I make it. This is crazy.
That's true. You should. All right. Well, we are giving away a cool moment. It's a Rajon Rondo archive moment.
Our Top Shot made sure that's worth nothing. Archive moments. Nice one.
I like
again that really is what's frustrating, right? The archive moments, they're really cool. They're cool moments, and it's freaking just disheartening to see what they did to that set. It pains me, man.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. And you know what's crazy too? I was thinking about this, not super related to value, but did you see that footage of like Wilt Chamberlain or something that somebody did, and it was crystal clear? It was footage that was like 80 years old, and it was crystal clear.
I was too busy in the Flowverse. They couldn't fix that. Instead they gave us grainy. Again, like we're going backwards. I think they were so focused on mirroring the physical card space, they wanted to look like it's 1985 or whatever year it was. I mean, it's just, why couldn't we fix the moments to make them look great? I don't. Again, another question I would have loved to ask, Jacob, if I had more time.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, on that note, let's do a little duck race. We're lucky enough that we have the duck
Hold on.
originator.
Your
Yeah.
poll, 33% said they're feeling fine, bullish as ever about Top Shot.
Hey, I
What
don't.
are you guys drinking?
Well, yeah, let's look at it. A little uneasy, but okay. That's 40%. I feel like that's probably, I mean, that is the majority, 40%, but not by much. 33% are feeling fine, and only 25% are feeling bad.
I mean, I am curious if you're fine, bullish as ever. I would love to know why. You tell me why.
Let's see. That's like chat. This is your chance. Tell the judge why you are feeling bullish as ever, even though your account value is going down. So Bleezy right here, account value doesn't matter yet. Zoom out.
Yeah. Again, I'm not overly focused on account value, but yeah, sure. But
Okay.
that's why you're feeling bullish? Because your account value sucks? Great job, Bleezy. Great comment.
Andrew, I think it will start to turn around this week. Jacob said so on Twitter.
Oh, I heard him too, Andrew. Big things this week. I mean, what are we? Are we infants? Are we children? Big things this week. Well, I mean, great. That's what we're clinging our hopes to. I mean, look, I genuinely believe they're going to have some big announcements this week. But wouldn't it be great to live in a world where we can speak like adults to people? Jacob, tell me about this decision or that decision. Big things, Judge. Big things are happening. Like what? I mean, I mean, whatever.
Was it Kelly Kapowski or who was it, Jacob? Was it Kelly Kapowski? That's all you want to know. Aravonen, he actually selected it by accident. It made him select it. So there's one vote.
Arovian. I love Arovian.
Oh, there you go. Arovian. He's part of the judges team over there.
Damn right.
So Brandon likes marketing and arena. D Wade, although let's just be honest here. That's Big Native. Okay. Hey, Big Native. D Wade, that moment at least was upsetting for anyone who bought one. It's good to know that he was sort of together with Top Shot, but
look, I do think it. Look, when we kind of hammer them when they make poor decisions. That was pretty cool. They partnered with Wade. I thought that was great, and I thought that was great that they got Durant on board, right? I mean, last year they were getting Josh Hart for everything. You know?
I know.
Like so, I do think those were two really good things, right? So yeah, no disagreements there.
Yeah. So Ahmad says, "Where is Top Shot in 5 years?" I don't know if this was a reply to that. 6 feet under, Mick. Hopefully not.
Jesus Christ. I hope not. Yeah, I mean that's a great question though, right? I mean, but I think right now, like that's in this space, that's kind of an impossible question to answer. I mean, I'm more curious where we are in like 5 weeks, like 5 months.
Yeah.
But like 5 years, yeah. I mean, honestly, I think the answer is that what we're all hoping is every NBA fan has a Top Shot account. That's where we want to be, right? Every NBA fan has a Top Shot account.
So Andrew makes a good point. Well, good, bad, I don't know. But did you see that Wade is actually doing a
I saw
release
that.
with Flow, with Dapper, and it looks like Uno cards.
Yeah.
And I'm just curious, like, when are people going to tap out? Like, how many? That's something I'm kind of curious about. And it's sort of related to this larger NFT space too, where we don't have the gas issue, but it's like, when is enough enough? When are we going to keep buying more?
Well,
stop buying more.
Well, yeah, I mean that's kind of the issue. Like I think that we can talk about 5 years from now, but let's be honest, man. With how fast things move in this space, we got to be careful, right? We at some point we got to make some smart decisions. At some point we have to make the current user base actually excited again about the product. We got to be a little bit careful. We don't focus too much. Again, I've been saying this for months. We're focusing too much on this current future user base that may or may never come.
Yeah.
Let's focus on the current users. And right now, I just don't see that. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Denver Dog. In 5 years, I'll be trading in my 7 S8 moments for 3 locker room S8 moments.
Yeah, I mean,
that sounds correct. Let's be honest. So one video that actually I wanted to use it, and this interview, Judge, there was so much passion, there was so much truth. I couldn't even interrupt us with any lighthearted videos.
Yeah, no, I made it hard for you, my man. My bad. I didn't intend to. I thought it was gonna be very low key. I would be like, yeah, it's not great, but like it just came out.
We chilling. Yeah, we not chilling tonight, but that's okay, honestly. But I did want to show one video. I actually wanted to show it when you were talking about something about the sexy time with the NFTs.
Oh, sexy time.
And also because Big Native is here, and I want to give Big Native a shout out because he came up with this logo. So if you're thinking about being sexy time with your NFTs, that means you are a true only tan. And let's run that video. All right. So that's kind of like the soundtrack you hear when you click the wrong channel on the hotel.
OnlyFans? I'd sub.
No, I don't. No, I don't. Maybe I should.
Oh, you should, Tandy. And I'm making one.
You're gonna make one?
Oh, I'm making one. Oh, Tandy, I will. Honestly,
you should.
I've been practicing for the last few months.
Oh boy.
The content that'll be in there.
All right. Well, I know they're trying to like pivot, right? They don't want it to be just nudies anymore. They want like real content.
Why can't I be nude? What do you mean? No, I'm being nude.
So that maybe that we're onto something here. Maybe you're just nude giving your Top Shot takes.
Honestly, that I know chat would pay for that. I mean, come on. That'd be a great segment. I'm butt naked talking the Top Shot problem of the world. Maybe that's how we get a solution. I think that's how
you might be right. Is it like Jacob? Either you're coming on the show, or I'm going to take this off, and then in the next week you're either coming off, or this is coming off next.
Great idea. I'm doing that. I swear to God, I'm doing a video of me naked talking Top Shot. Guys, keep in mind the current analysis on the backdrop this week. Yeah, let's do it.
You just gotta pray that your dog doesn't run across the room, and you got to go pick him up or something, because then everyone's just going to close out real quick.
What do you mean? Me and dog, we naked all the time together. What's wrong with that?
All right, so basically, okay, we got some breaking news here, actually. This just in: if you visit Judge's house, don't sit on that couch.
Oh, my couch is going to be nice and moist. It's a beautiful thing. I mean, honestly, there's nothing wrong in my house. You come in, you have a great time. We talk Top Shot, we talk hoops. It's great.
Just make sure you're sitting on the kitchen chair, not the couch.
Yeah, I mean,
that couch. All right. Yeah, maybe this is the secret. When that Frank Kaminsky Top Shot debut hits.
Geez, I honestly, that's BTG. I honestly, him and BTG. Oh, he loves two things in life, and that's it: historical moments, and Frank the Tank. Anything from Wisconsin. That's BTG.
And Ahmad saying, could MJ save Top Shot? I hope we don't get to that point. I mean, that's like the nuclear option.
Look, with all the passion and kind of heat I was bringing that Top Shot, I still do want to say this, man. I wouldn't be here if I still am not like bullish on the project, right? So like, I do think like when I hear Jacob and them say, well, be careful, like come on, like relax. It's only been a few months because like again, time is warped in this space. It's a time. It's in mind F's you, right in the NFT space. So a week does seem like a month, like a year, whatever. Like I still am bullish, but like I do at this point we've seen enough mistakes after mistakes after mistakes. I think we're now the complaints, so to speak, first mint. They're more than warranted. So that's just. But again, we don't need anyone to save Top Shot right now. What we need is Dapper to be better, to be smarter, to be more transparent.
Amen.
That's it.
Amen. And amen. And it's coming from a place of passion. It's coming from a place of people who not only are invested financially, but are also very much invested, like, I guess, emotionally invested with their time, invested with their communities. People are very much invested in a myriad of ways. And Top Shot should understand that too. And I think they do to a degree. But
I think they do there. I think they
do.
That, again, a lot of people who are the passionate, we're passionate for a reason because we love the product, right? That's why. Like there's certain people out there we know can never show passion for this project. Certain content creators, and the reason they couldn't is because they don't even like the product. And
okay.
I mean, that's one of the fundamental problems that Top Shot has. But again, these are things that we can't talk about, Tandy, because if we do, then we're the bad guys, right? We're the bad people. But at some point, we do have to shed light on some of the issues that we're having in this space.
Fair enough. And let's hope. Let's hope. We're gonna hope. We're gonna send the message out into the universe. Dapper, send down your Dapper aliens. Let us all get together in a room and communicate. That's all we want to do. But Bleezy makes up a good point. What about when they tell us their plans and then change their mind? Because that's kind of why office hours.
Look. You know what? Like, I think that's fine. I'd rather have them do that than to be silent, right? And I think if you change your mind, just tell us why. Tell us what led to you making those. Tell us what led to you now having a different plan. If you altered your course, let us know why. And I think you'd understand. I think what you don't want to do is, yeah, we said we're going to do that, but not anymore, sucker, right? Instead, give us reasons. I think we're all actually pretty understanding if you would actually treat us like adults. Like, to me, at least, I know I would. So to me, like, I get it. And this space moves so damn fast. Sometimes you have to make changes. Sometimes you have to alternate and alter or deviate from the course that you were on. Right. That's fine, but just tell us why. Give us a little bit behind, a little rationale behind some of these decisions.
I think that's fair. All right. Well, next, why don't we do this duck race? What if you want to get in this duck race? You got to write. Judge is the number one duck.
That's Jesus, Tandy. Again, you're a no wonder you stole my duck idea. Holy crap, creativity!
Wow. Boy, it's late here. It's late over here.
I told you guys, hour one. That's what hour two, guests get worn down. Even though I'm the guest this time, Tandy man's getting worn down. Hour two.
You came fires blazing. So maybe we need to simplify the keyword. I think no one is entering it. Well, we got one in here. Ra just wrote Judge is the number one duck. All right, so I guess Raw wins. Is that it? All right, just write. Okay, there you go. It's coming in now. All right, write it in.
Remember, if you said duck, get your D words right. Got you. Be careful.
Yeah. Was careful with that autocorrect.
Yeah, be careful there.
All right, let's see. All right, keep on typing so this comes in. Oh, this thing doesn't seem to want to work.
I mean, like, honestly, it's so many. If it was late for me, we could go on a nice little sidetrack with Judge the number one. Fill in the blank, Tandy man.
All right, I'm not filling any blanks in. Keep on writing. You can start writing whatever you want.
You started this with having the OnlyFans. You dug your own grave there. Come on.
Fair enough. All right, guys, come on. Keep it coming in here. We got 19 of you, and there's 29 of you in the room. So that means 10 of you doesn't want to. It's too long. Just do Judge Duck. You know what? In reality, I'm going to let you on a little secret. I don't have the keyword thing properly set up. So write whatever you want. Just smash your keyboard and hit enter.
Look at that.
I'm letting you behind the curtain.
If Top Shot would only be that kind of honest with us, that's all we need. That's what solves half the problems.
That's right. Just lift the curtain. All right, we got 20
on the couch. You guys write Judge the number one duck.
All right, he's gonna go get Bailiff on the couch. All right, there we go. We got some Russian coming in from Julius Randle for MVP. We got people smashing that keyboard. By the way, guys, did you smash that like? Make sure you smash that like. If you haven't already done that while we're waiting for this. Make sure you're smashing that like. I imagine most of you are subbed already, but make sure you're smashing all types of things. All right, how many people we got? We got 22, 28 in the room, and 22 entered. So some of you are just a little slow. I'll give you 5 more seconds. Judge has the number one? Question mark. Get a wet wipe, Judge.
What? What are we talking about here?
Judge Couch is nasty. Judge Micro is so hot. Is that your microwave?
I don't know. What's going on in chat? Chat's losing their mind.
I think this is actually a better technique. Just let people lose their minds to enter the contest. All right. I think we're good here. We got 22. That's close enough. Let me just make sure some names are in there. It looks like everyone's in here. I don't see Coral. Coral, did you not enter? Or is this thing not working? I don't know anymore. Coral, if you're in there, I know you're in there. If you're not entered, that's cool. If you're entered,
Does anyone know? Did the 4 o'clock games end? Did anyone know?
football games.
Yeah.
Let's take a look. Let's take a look.
I may have breaking news on the show, Tandy. I never before have had breaking news on someone else's show.
All right, hold on. If you're ready, I'll give it to you. Are you ready? You want it? You want?
Hold on,
you want
I'm not sure. I gotta know if the games have ended yet.
All right.
Chat, help me out here.
Hold on. I'll tell you right now. We got some final scores in, so it looks like they ended.
Confirmation from the chat. Are they all over? Is the slate done?
Is the slate done? I'm looking. Looks pretty done to me. Yeah, it looks done. It looks done. So you want that breaking news before you start?
Guys,
hold on. You gotta give me the breaking news.
Breaking news.
All right, hold on. You're on.
Guys, the judge, your judge, the one and only judge, star of stars in the Top Shot realm and also the DFS realm, has taken 3rd place in the $27 single entry fee and has just won $2,500.
Holy crap. That deserves one of these.
Curry, way downtown. Oh, what a shot from Curry.
Wow.
3rd place, 1 point away from the Tandy Man from doubling that. But it's okay. I'm not going to whine.
No whining. No whining.
2,500 buckaroos with that lineup. Again, I stacked Josh Allen and Diggs. Diggs at 7%. Everyone came through for me. I'd like to thank, again, the community. I'd like to thank myself for just coming through with just unbelievable content day after day. You know, what an opportunity. I love everyone. $2,500 with by LeBron. Top Shot. Oh, we love you. We're back.
Oh, man. Wow.
We're back. We're going shopping, mother effers.
Well, it's a good time to buy, you'd think. The market's not pretty low. Bargain pricing.
That's right.
All right. Let me get these ducks in here. That's amazing, though, Judge. Congratulations.
Thank you, Tandy.
You're welcome. That's really cool.
I'm a thousandaire. Again, I'm a thousandaire club. Yeah, go buy a new couch. That's a good point. Who said that? Good Baldwin Kirchik. You're right. Buy a new couch if it's a little too moist for you.
Yeah, it might be sweaty.
And a thousandaire. Again, we can't Tandy Man. I gotta be honest with you. Between me and you, I'm on the verge of bankruptcy. So holy crap that we need that money. We're broke. All my money's in Top Shot and NFTs. We needed that money. We really
geez. Well, let's be responsible then. This was our wake up call.
There's no fun being responsible. Okay, that's not fun. But
all right,
be responsible.
All right. Well, this is a very special duck race. Then this is Judge's 1,000-air duck race. We're going to get the originator. See, I gotta blow some smoke up Judge's behind right now. This is the originator of the duck race. I didn't know what a duck race was before this guy came along.
I gotta be honest. When I saw the Tandy Man stealing my duck races, I was furious. I really was. And I thought to myself, you know what? It's an honor.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
Someone thinks so high of me and my ducks that they would want to use them on their show. And and because I love the Tandy Man, I have forgiven him for this transgression. And I now am proud of him, and I salute him and his duckies, and I hope that they live a nice life, and you enjoy with your community ducks like me and my community. And one day we'll have a duck race together, and we'll all be ducks.
I love it. I love it. See, that's what I had to do. I had to wait to do the duck race until the judge won $2,500.
That's right. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
All right, everybody. We're shuffling those characters. We're mixing it up because why not? And let's try to get a little look here. Someone is in a dinosaur suit. Someone's got a Viking hat. Someone's got the Trump hair. We got a clown. We got a warrior or whatever those guys are. We got a little like a Batman, a king, a pink, a pirate.
Chat, type 1 if you think it's messed up. He stole the ducks from us. Type 1. Honestly. Type 1 if you think it's a little messed up.
Oh,
just a little bit. It's okay. But type 1 if you think it's messed up. A type 2 if you think it's totally acceptable.
All right. Let's see some 2s in the chat. All right. So you got any guesses? Who do you think's going to take this race by looking at the faces of them, or you're just too upset right now?
Again, I'm on my phone, so I can't see anything.
Oh, all right.
I can't see anything.
All right. Well, I'll just have to explain.
The key to the duck race, I don't know if you figured this out yet, is the attire.
Oh,
So
exactly.
many ducks, they want to show off, right? They think it's mating season. It's not. This is a race. If
You're
you
right.
wear these fancy outfits, you can't win. You're gonna get weighted down. You gotta be lean. You gotta be naked. You're thinking OnlyFans if you want to win the duck race. It's again, if you want to show off, you're gonna lose. That's the key.
Okay, that's a very, very interesting theory. So let's see. Let's go. We know duck is Judge is definitely rooting for a naked duck. He kind of likes the naked approach.
Lean and mean, Tandy. Lean and mean.
Let's see it. Let's on your mark, get set, go. All right. So who we got in the lead? We got Brett George. This quacking is a little loud. We got Brett George. We got Mick.
Tandy, you're an amateur here. You always mute the first half of the duck race, so the quacks don't get too crazy.
All right. No, see, I'm learning. I needed the OG. Yeah. Jimbo's in his B suit. Jimbo's in his B suit. You see, it weighed you down. The judge was right.
Yeah, Jimbo. Again, who you showing off to? Again, you need to do that.
Yeah. Ivan Yang just got the purple skin. Brandon's got the nice pattern approach here.
Also, you got to be careful with hats. Hats will fall off in the water, and you'll get distracted.
It's true. Well, right now, it's just like Brandon is just very comfortable here. He's just kind of just floating right along. Is he just going to take it? That almost never happens.
No. He's got to get quicksand.
There it is. There's the quicksand. There's the quicksand approach. And here comes the cop. Are we really going to let the cop win? No, the naked duck is coming. The naked duck is coming. Tom Davidson. The naked duck takes it. Wow.
Again, yeah.
Number 26, Tom Davidson, naked duck. You have just won yourself. You have won 2 things. You've won yourself a Rajon Rondo archive moment, but you have also won yourself the ability to go to Judge's house and sit on his couch. So congratulations. Well, Tom Davidson, send me a DM on Twitter. We got Tom actually asked a question. Did you and Estelle, I don't know who is Estelle. Is that a singer?
That's my mom. My mom is Estelle.
Oh, your mom. Did you guys buy the perfect cereal, Luca seeing stars in the end?
I got to be honest. We did not. We did not buy it. I didn't make a single buy. My mom gave me $350 to spend, and we didn't even buy anything, Tandy. That's how you know that's how down we are on Top Shot. And what did we buy?
Should have just bought a Ballers.
I couldn't. It was already they're sold out.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, Mick, it's not a trade ticket. It's a Rajon Rondo. The floor is at least $5 or $6. Right now, that's like gold. Judge.
Top Shot will make that worth nothing. Get one side. Yeah.
All right. Well, Tom, DM me on Twitter. And let's close it out. We're going to ask people if they have any last questions for the judge. Judge, you need to go make a pee or something?
No, my phone is at like 3%, so I'm trying to get a charger to plug it in.
All right. Go get a charger. We are going to play the Q&A segment, and these are your last questions for the judge, so make it count.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
All right, so while Judge plugs in, by the way, this was the camera angle when Judge opened his pack, his legendary pack. He pulled his most rare moment, and that was the camera angle because I actually watched it, and then we didn't see him. So that's actually a good question, Judge. I'm going to start off this Q&A once you get that plug in there. Judge is going to get that plug in there. Should we play some random videos? All right, we got a new angle on Judge. This is like a never before seen angle. Oh, now it's back. All right. So Judge, here's your question from me. First question.
Yes.
Is what happened when you opened that legendary WNBA pack and you're off screen for like 2 minutes?
So typically the standard practices when I open a pack and I get frustrated is so I have basically a few things that I take the gavel and I let out my frustration and I just keep smacking things.
Okay.
So, I've broken many things. I've broken many 2 whiteboards so far.
Oh,
So
wow.
I just basically go into my other kind of family room area and I take the gavel and I just start smacking a few things. And then I like to take a few seconds and to contemplate why Top Shot hates me and what I did to deserve this curse
Okay.
in life, and why I've opened 8 million packs and still have never gotten anything good. And then I wonder, why did I quit my job as a lawyer? I was making this great money. Women loved me, and now I'm hated by so many. And I think about what choices have I made in life? Why did I do these things? And then I come back, and then that's it.
So that was the 2 minutes. Was you on the floor
And it all
kind of
happens
just
like that. It's a very fast 2 minutes. Yeah, all of this goes on though. Yeah,
man, that sounds heavy.
it
Sounds
is.
heavy.
It is.
All right, so let's go, guys. We got a few questions for the judge. Here we go. Pump for next leg drop DTH. I don't know if that was English or if that was code. Did you understand that?
A pump for yeah. I don't know what that means.
Okay.
Again, I like all languages, but yeah, that one's a tough one to translate. I'm not sure.
Were you a Backstreet Boy? I have a feeling the answer is no.
I was not, but again, I love the Backstreet Boys. I saw them in backstage concert in Jones Beach.
Okay.
I preferred NSYNC over Backstreet back in the day, but now I've changed the forces to BSB, and I love boy bands. And if I could, and I a little too young, but I would have loved to be in a boy band. But I can't sing, but I can dance a little bit.
Yeah,
That's
you can
me.
dance. Yeah. You know what's interesting? Well, I think my wife might have been at that show. I think you may have been there as well
we
at
met.
the same show.
We met.
Okay, you met. All right, I'll have to ask her about this. Did you see a guy on the floor with just insane dance moves? I guess I know who you're talking about. It's gonna be like instant. Calm before the storm. Don't we wish that's the case? I mean, that is what they seem to be telling us, Thomas. They're doing a lot of looking under hoods. There's a lot of hoods that are being lifted and looked underneath. And there's a lot of like the engine seems to be good and things are coming from underneath the hood.
Yeah, and I do agree with that, right? They're going to come up with some great stuff, and then we're all going to get excited again. And but like I just don't want to live in that kind of ecosystem where that's constantly going to be from these ebbs and flows, right?
Yeah.
I think we can do better than that. So like I think that's coming, right? Some really cool stuff, but this user base has still not changed.
Yep.
So we will crash again, and if we're going to, if the market's gonna do fluctuate, which it may very well do, let's have it do that, not because of the poor choices that Top Shot's making. So I mean that's kind of the whole kind of point on a lot of stuff that we've been talking about today.
Yeah, I think you're right. Deck the hoops. Will there be a pump?
Look, I think anytime they announce a rare legendary pack, people want to get that collector score, right? So
Yep.
It's going to be an artificial pump. But remember, these are not true pumps. These are not organic pumps. These are pumps that are destined to come back down. So are they truly healthy? I mean, yeah, you can take advantage of them, hopefully maybe and make some profits or sell, or right when some of your stuff is pumping, you can then sell. But again, for a longer term approach for a healthy ecosystem, we need more than just pumping whenever you have a legendary pack. Whenever you need to get your collector score high, we need more than that.
Agreed. And that's why like this game idea, which is, and you know what? I was thinking about that too. If I'm Dapper and I'm pulling in like what, $12 million a month. Okay, there you go. If I'm Dapper and I'm pulling in like $12 million a month on packs and even more, I'm not all right, I'm not in a rush to release a game either. I'm like, why release a game? I can just make $15 million a month by just releasing packs that aren't even that special. So but Thomas is asking, would you recommend buying something now or sitting on your Dapper? It seems that prices just keep falling with more moments.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, guys, it's hard to recommend buying right now. What I would recommend, if you're buying, you do due diligence. You actually have to research the moments you're buying now. So, like, again, I'm staying away from S1 commons because I know very few dominate the market share on those. So if I'm buying, what I'm looking to buy are rares, right?
Yep.
And not everyone, we all can't afford those, right? But again, the MGLE S2 with the 499 mints, I want low mints and I want rares right now.
Yep.
But again, it's hard because if you buy right now, know that you have to hold for a while because prices are going to continue going down. You're not going to be able to flip it. So, I'm mostly in a holding pattern. I have a few moments that I'm looking to buy. I have a price range in mind. If it goes down to that price, I'll pull the trigger. But for the most part, it's hard to recommend buying right now unless there are legitimate moments that you've been looking at, and you're hoping that they fall a little bit into your price range, because that is the good part. The good point. A good part about having a crash. Moments that you thought were out of our reach will come down into your reach, and timing the market can be tough. So find a price you feel comfortable with, and then go after some of the better players and go after some of these lower mitts. But me, I am staying away from S3s.
Well, here's another guy who I know has that approach. Jimbo is also staying away from S1, if I'm remembering correctly. I believe he does. But yeah, he's saying lots of stuff going on in the background. Jimbo, the stuff isn't going on in the background. The stuff is going on under the hood. And he truly believes something big will happen. Richmond Stink. I don't know what that is. This is Richmond Stink. Oh, from your Discord, probably.
Yeah, I know Richmond.
Big Native wants to know, are we excited for the first non-base drop? Do we know actually what that first non-base drop is going to be?
No, I mean, Deck the Hoops. But is there something before? I assume there'll be something before that, right? But I don't know what it is.
I mean, I'm a sucker, like most of us are. I'm always excited for any non-base drop. I always want to get my hands on it.
Well, again, especially because Top Shot has told us that's all they care about, right? So yeah, I mean, that's where Top Shot wants us to really get. That's what they deem is important and what they think should be coveted on their marketplace. So yeah, I mean, those, you should be excited. You should be excited about the rare and legendary pack drops. I'm curious to see what the collector score is going to be. I'm curious to see who's going to be allowed in the Priority 1 queue. And I'm curious to see when the first one's coming.
Yeah, me too. Thomas is wondering what the S2 Commons floor will be in a year. I mean, in a year, like we said, a year is almost impossible to know. But if Top Shot can execute, then S1 floor, which is what, currently like $4.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you do simple math, right? Collector score, you get 2 points. 2 points for an S3 base, and you get what is it, 12?
12
for an S2, right? So I mean, just by that very nature, the base of an S2 should be 6 times an S3. So the floor is $1 for S3. It should be 6 for S2. That's where I would expect it to be, somewhere around there.
Yeah, it sounds right. And Mick is just wondering if $3 S2s are smart right now because there will hopefully be a pump into a legendary rare. I think you're right.
Yeah, and I mean, once they do announce trade tickets too, there will be a little pump. So I do think if you want to try to stock up on those right now, that would be a pretty good choice. There's not much risk doing that either, right? So I think that's a pretty smart strategy.
Yeah. So then we got MGLE. Yeah, I think that's also. Again, I think what Judge is also getting at, though, is look at the distribution of who holds the moments. If it's a lot more scattered, then you're in better shape than if like 5 people own 50% of it.
Right. I mean, the problem with my commons, right? I have almost all the debuts. Every S1 debut. That was one of my biggest mistakes. I went too heavy on S1 debuts and not consolidating, going into more rares. And now I wake up every day and I say, oh no. Did Library have a bad night? Did Pranksy have sex last night? Does his wife did he get yelled at by his kids? If they had a bad day, my account had a bad day, right? Because people control the market on my moments, and that sucks, right?
Yeah.
And so it feels a hell of a lot better when you have a moment that's controlled by the entire the market, kind of the whole user base gets to decide, and not a few people who dictate my entire fate.
100%. And I think that was also a common thought. I know I had that thought too, which is Top Shot debut. There will only ever be one, but you don't think enough about the distribution of that Top Shot debut.
Why did we never think about that? Because they never mentioned it. No one mentioned it. I listened to every damn show when I first joined on the site, and none of these shows ever told me about it. So yeah, who's to blame? Me, because I should have done the research. But you would have thought someone out there would have actually told me and told us to give us a little bit warning. But no one did. And that's some of the stuff that really frustrates me when I look back at my time when I first joined the space. And everyone wanted to kumbaya how great Top Shot was. And there was no one being like, hey, just a couple of things that you need to keep in mind. There was no one doing that crap, and that pissed me off because I take what I do a lot of pride in it, and I think a lot of other people out there
don't.
Let's just say they give a half-ass effort, and that's frustrating to me.
Yeah, I get that. Do you? I don't recall actually though if in like February, let's say, if Evaluate, for example, did Evaluate have a distribution in February? Do you remember?
Look, I don't know. All I know is this: it didn't take rocket science for the people who
Who were there,
people who were there to understand this is what was going down. Right?
Yeah, no, you're right.
They knew.
Yeah, you're right. So Roz asking, am I the only one with complete the base set mentality? I bought all S3 except for the rookies. I'm crazy, but it's fun. I'm playing my own game. I have 3 S1. Didn't like most plays, but 1,359 S2.
Yeah, look, man. If that's that's the cool thing about Top Shot, though, right? You can do what makes you happy. If you do that, you're never wrong. If you do what excites you. And that's what's so cool about the platform. There are you can go a lot of different angles. You can do what makes you collect what you want to collect.
Yeah. So Big Native is saying, weren't those people close to the whole market back when these S1s were released? Big Native, do you mean these people knew what the distribution situation was? Because I think that's what we were getting at. That should have been the case. At that time, the only people out there were the ones with half the supply. That's why they didn't tell you. Judge opened our eyes. Well, thank God we have you now, Judge. Judge, you're getting your flowers now.
I'm not looking for flowers with this kind of stuff, right? But
no, but it's reality. I mean, not flowers, but you're getting. You deserve it.
Honestly, this genuinely deserves me. Because this genuinely impacted my financial situation, right?
Sure.
And I put a lot of money into Top Shot, and it sure would have been nice if I had a couple people being honest with me about where the platform really was. And I know people knew about it. And to have no one talk about any of the negatives, any of the concerns, any of the real issues with the platform, I find that problematic. And these are people that are still out there giving content, and people that are still out there that a large part of the Top Shot community trusts. And they're not even connected to the platform, and they're not even buying Top Shot, and they're off doing other stuff in other NFTs. And that's fine if they want to do that, right? Who am I to tell them what they want to do, where they want to spend their time? But if they want to then continue to try to be the face of Top Shot and to be like they're the gold standard of Top Shot, and they know about the platform and they're giving advice, I find that a bunch of shit. And I find that completely disingenuous. And I find that problematic in a lot of different ways, especially because who they're going to screw over? The user base. And I think this user base has been screwed over enough, and not screwed in the good way.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with some good screwing.
Yeah.
Tandy, you gotta laugh at some of this, otherwise you're just gonna cry. You gotta laugh at Tandy.
I know. We deserve a certain laugh that I like. Yeah, absolutely. Though, people need to know everything. People need to understand distribution for sure. And it's also easy to say this stuff. I mean, to play devil's advocate, when things were going up, no one cared about who controlled it. And a lot of these people who control a lot are sort of like digital hoarders. They're just holding on to their stuff forever. So, of course, it sucks when things are going the wrong way. But people need at least that neutral understanding.
I just think people need to know the full picture, right?
Exactly.
Give people enough information so they can make educated choices, right? Don't lead them down a path that is flawed, that there's traps down that path, and that's what's frustrating. And again, I have no one to blame but myself, right? Because I made those. You're responsible for your financial decisions. But it sure would have been nice to have a few people along the way let me know a couple of hurdles that I would have had to overcome. But no one told me those things, and I found it the hard way. And if I can now, with one person, if I can help navigate some of those, then that's why I keep doing what I'm doing.
Well, amen to that. I think that's a nice clip for you, Judge, showing you're in here for the right reasons. Well, I think that pretty much ends the show, unless there's anything that
Thank God. I'm exhausted. Dude, God, what a show, guys. Unbelievable.
I know. You see, this is what I mean. This is why, Judge, you're always going on there on like your diatribes, but you need someone to pull this stuff out of you. That's what I'm here to do.
Honestly, I thought for sure it's going to be a relaxing show with the Tandy Man, and I don't even know what happened. I mean, I feel like I give birth. Again, I know women don't yell at me. It's not giving birth. We won 2,500. I don't know. Will you play? We raced ducks. I mean, I don't know what happened. Tandy got
No,
fans.
I know.
My couch is moist. I mean, so much happened on this show.
Absolutely. I feel like we went on a voyage together.
Voyage.
But yeah, Big Native loves your takes. He's saying we've all had similar stories around the beginning, and I agree with the judge. We didn't have enough information to 100%. And
I love you. I love you. From my lips to your bush. I mean, what I'm talking about.
Wait, what now? What? My lips to your what?
It's just a saying we have on the show. It's the saying we have.
Oh boy!
You can see the longer we go, Tandy man. Again, the crazier things happen at night. I mean, you gotta be careful. We hit hour 3, and that's when trouble starts. You know, you gotta be careful.
Oh, I can see. We just eclipsed hour 2, and I see the tone just went down several levels.
Yeah.
All right. So, would you say some S2s are better than S1s because those moments? Yeah, I think Thomas he would, and so would Jimbo, and a lot of people because of that exactly that reason. The distribution.
Yeah, I mean, this is the bummer, and like the thing is though, I think that if you buy the S1s and especially the debuts, just have your eyes open. Just understand you're going to have a bumpy road because it is dominated by so few people, right? But these are great moments. Those are the best moments on the site. So the problem is you just make sure you don't only invest in one. Diversify, right? So pick your spots when you're investing in those S1s. But yeah, man, it's just and understand it's going to be a little bit of a journey to figure out will those moments ever truly get in the right hands? And that we don't really know. But again, I'm still buying S1s, but I got to be smart when I'm buying those. And I have so many already. Now I'm looking to diversify a little bit.
So you said that's actually kind of an interesting question, though. If you're still buying S1s, are you looking very closely at who owns that moment?
Look, they all own the same freaking. It's all the same people.
So how are you deciding?
For S1s, I'm looking for MGLEs now, but those are expensive. So the problem is I need to consolidate to make that happen. I can't just go buy those. So I need to consolidate. I'm looking to consolidate a lot of my debuts into some S1 MGLEs. But again, selling in this market is almost impossible. So it's been rough. It's not been easy, right? But also like the S2 MGLEs, I got a lot of those now, and I'm just looking to diversify because I already have a lot of the S1 debuts, and those are the ones that really are troubling because man, like. The OGs just they can undercut so quickly because they paid so little for them, and then that's where the panic kicks in, and suddenly you had a moment and it dropped half in value overnight, and that's the problem. So it's just people need to be aware that could happen when you buy the debuts.
Ideally, optimistically, eventually these moments get into the right hands.
Well, right, and also that's the good thing when the moments are dipping in price and they are fire saled. You can get them if you can get them on the cheap, then it's not so bad, right? And then but the problem is they have like 50, 60. So they sell 1 or 2, they got another 48 or 68 or whatever it is. And like this is going to be the game that we're going to be playing for a long time, right?
Exactly.
And that's why it's a little bit frustrating. But look, man, we got to play the cards, the hand we're dealt, and this is where we are. So we can whine about it, or we can just educate and know when we buy. This is what we're getting into. Right. So I like the S1s. I bought them all the debuts. So now I want to diversify and I'm looking to sell some to consolidate because I do believe getting into it's a game of scarcity. And that's why it's so frustrating that Top Shot is adamant to crush us with oversupply. Right. And so focus on those rares, focus on the low mints. And eventually any rare will have utility when they come up with a game. And that's why I still am a believer in the All-Star set. I'm still a believer in the throwdowns, even though a lot of them are awful. Ultimately, those sets, those rares, it will matter. When I don't know, but again, if you believe in the product long term, I think you can look a little bit harder at those and you have to just get through the mental gymnastics of people hate these. They may hate them now, but down the road they won't. Down the road again, rares, that's what's going to matter, and low mint counts, that's what's going to matter.
Yeah, totally agreed. All right. Well, I feel like I need like a whiskey or something. Even though it's like But thank you so much, Judge. It was a great show. Very action-packed. I'm sure this is going to have a lot of replay value. If you are watching on replay, don't forget to comment and like and subscribe. Go to my OnlyFans, sign up. And that's about it. So thank you, everybody. And Judge, until the next time. Hopefully it's going to be a happier theme the next time.
Yeah, let's go have some happiness, some joy in our life, Tandy. Next time, me and you, we're just naked. We're just talking Top Shot naked. And our accounts are in the green, and we're at utility. It's just great.
Okay.
Right?
I like the sound of that. All right. Well, until the next one. Thanks.
All right, I know what happened.
Static Selector.